Good afternoon, everyone. I am Manisha. Welcome everyone to this STC India Whatfix webinar on helping you with documentation support, training and onboarding needs. This webinar is sponsored by TechnoRights, and the presenters for this webinar are Khadim, co-founder of Whatfix, Sachin and Prakhar from enterprise sales team of Whatfix. During the webinar, if you have any questions, you can type the same in the chat window. Now I would like to request the Whatfix team to take over from here.
Thanks, Manisha. Thanks for giving this opportunity to present Whatfix to the audience. Hi, everyone. I am Khadim, co-founder and CEO of Whatfix. Before going with the demo, and I'll just want to give you a quick background of the company and what we do, where we are, and all. So we are around 2.5-year-old startup based out of Bangalore, India. So basically, Whatfix helps in enhancing the user experience for any application. So what I mean by enhancing user experience is we help companies to accelerate the adoption of applications and products by the users or by the employees. In turn, also helping companies to reduce the training and support needs. We have clients, customers using across domain using Whatfix. Some of the names you can see on your screen. Apart from that, we are also funded by one of the leading startup in Asia in event in South Korea. We have regional winners for IBM Smart Camp. Regularly for last 3 years, we've been nominated as one of the top 50 product companies in India. So, in terms of when I was speaking about the customers, to make it more relevant, quite a few large enterprises, technical writing team have started adopting Whatfix of late. So just to name a few, BMC Software, Mahindra Comviva, Jitnexus, Infor tech writing team, are the few ones who have adopted Whatfix many of their products. So for example, BMC Remedy Force team has started using Whatfix for creating their support, interactive support documentation for Whatfix. Comviva has started deploying Whatfix across their telecom products, again for improving the onboarding as well as creating these interactive support articles. Similarly for Jitnexus and few more companies. A lot of other companies are using Whatfix for their training, for their onboarding needs by different departments, different teams like product management, by marketing, training, e-learning, and so on across the globe. Without wasting much time, I would like my colleague to quickly show the value proposition or the benefit, how Whatfix can help and how it can help in your profession, and how you can actually bring the value to the overall product and circle back and close the loop with the product management team with a quick demo as well as from Prakhar. Over to you, Prakhar.
Sure, thanks Khadim, and thanks guys for taking out time for this demonstration. So basically, before actually jumping into the demo, taking you guys forward and talking about the current process of documentation, let's talk a little about why Whatfix and how. So if you see right covered from onboarding till the training process. So ideally, in an ideal scenario, 40 to 60% users, when they sign up onto a product, they essentially never return, and that's because of the sort of gap that's there in any product's UI or UX, and that's not something in our. When you keep on adding multiple features to a product, it's bound to become complex, and that's when Whatfix can pitch in, wherein it can help your users with some sort of guidance within the application that can help engage them better and improve your onboarding ratio. Similarly, in terms of the support queries as well as the training process, there is always help available within the application, so your users never really have to access any sort of help outside. Now, another and one of the most important aspects of all of this is the documentation. Now, how easy it is to create documentation using Whatfix is it just takes a few minutes for you to create multiple formats of any given product. and when your take can be converted to different formats like a slideshow, an article, a video, as well as a PDF. So how all of this helps is these are all visually, and you want to read. That's where Whatfix pitches in, and its whole scenario of the training and documentation process. So if we look at the traditional documentation of any application, this is how the documentation looks like. You would have text with screenshots. It's all very verbose, and in current scenario, users are pretty bored with this because they don't really want to read through all of this. They want something which is visually appealing and much more engaging and can give them help in real time. So these are just some of the examples from different websites and how the current documentation process is and how the help section of companies are. But with a technology like Whatfix, slowly things are changing and companies are actually moving to a technology where they are trying to provide users the sort of help they are actually looking for in a visually appealing manner within the application itself. So it basically would impact two major parameters of any business. One definitely being user engagement, because it would engage your users better, because now they would actually find the relevant help they are looking for right within the application rather than having to go to your help section. And the second being reducing the support queries as well, because when they are looking at your documentation and it's very, very engaging, they don't really have to write to the support section or the support team for any company. Okay, so now I'll quickly move on to the Whatfix product demonstration, and I'll show you inside the live product basically how okay. So before I actually show you some use cases on how companies tend to use our product, the creation process. Okay, because that's something most important to understand how easy it is to create these guides using Whatfix. So there is a plus symbol that's available, is the Whatfix plugin. Now this is responsible as an editor, so this is the authoring tool that would allow you to create any sort of content, and this is available for Google Chrome as well as Mozilla Firefox. So these two browsers are required for the creation purpose. Your end users will not have to install any sort of plugin here. Okay, so this is our authoring tool. So what we would do is, let's create a demo guide, and I'm doing this over Salesforce, which is a web application. So you can use this tool to create workflows over pretty much for any web application in the world. Okay, so we would come here and say, for instance, you would just type in the details here, and let's create a simple workflow, something like how to add a lead in Salesforce. There is an option that would allow you to add the step. So you would go ahead and click on plus step, and if you notice, everything on the page would actually become interactive and would come up in different boxes. So all these blocks or boxes that you see are different HTML elements of the page that are being covered up. So you can click on one of these options, and it's pretty instant, so the text gets captured automatically. On the right, if you see, a bubble tip points up exactly where the user needs to perform action. You can scroll down from the center, and then there are certain options on how you might want to position the head. So simple clicks will actually allow you to do that as well. Now you can scroll further down, and then you have options on how you might want a particular step to complete. So you can either make this on the click of a next button, on click of the selected element itself. Options are here. You can also add in additional notes, that extra information that you might want to give to your users right here, and just say add step. Now once you add a step, this is how actually a bubble tip would show up within the application, and this is how actually it would show up for your users. So there is more to it, and I'm going to show you right away on how that works as well. So say for instance, this is just the step one, so we would click on plus step at the top again, and then come here and add the step 2. So again, pretty instant. It captures the text automatically. On the right you see a bubble tip pointing exactly where the user needs to perform action, and click on add step again. And similarly, since this is a workflow, multi-step workflow, we would go on adding multiple steps one after the other to complete the guide or complete the tutorial. So we would click on plus step again and come here and click on save. And then we can say something like fill in the details below and click on save. Now, I could have rather pointed the tip on all of the form fields as well, but since it's pretty obvious, I would directly do it on any one of the specific elements which is directly saved. So now I can say add step. So I'm just creating a 3-step workflow here because it's a similar process. Even if it's a 6-step workflow, you would keep following the same one after the other, clicking on plus step at the top and then just adding these steps. And then you would click on expand at the top. Okay, it would quickly show you what you have created right here. All the screencasts have been captured and you could do a test one right away. So this test one button allows you to actually see if the steps that you have added are in sync or not. So it would directly take you to the application you are creating the workflow on and would start showing you the bubble tips in real time. So this is how it shows up. So basically you would click on that, then it would ask you to point on another step, and then you go step by step and looks like all the steps are in sync. So essentially you would close this and then coming back you would directly publish the flow. Okay, now as soon as you publish the flow, it basically takes you to your account. So any user who signs up to Whatfix with an enterprise version gets a dedicated URL, something like whatfix.com/companyname.com, wherein only you with an email address at thatcompanyname.com will be able to sign up on this URL. So it's access protected as well. It's on HTTPS, so it's a secured URL as well, and it's all under your control. So this is basically the dashboard view of your Whatfix account once you have published a guide. Now I'm going to show you all the different ways in which you can offer the training and documentation and revamp all your current articles onto your company's page. Okay, and with ease, because if you notice, in less than 5 minutes we were able to create one without any hassles. So if you notice, we have slideshow, the article, the video, we have multiple widgets available and a lot of other stuff. So let me show you the slideshow option. So basically, pretty instantly, Whatfix actually converted whatever we were creating into a slideshow. Now these slideshows are much more visually appealing, content right from your application, as well as some bubble tips asking what exactly to perform. And this is much more engaging than any sort of text with screenshots or rather than embedding a video, because if it's a 10-step process, a user would actually come back inside the application to perform those actions, and so they're involved. But with Whatfix, since these slideshows are general, you don't have to worry about any of that. We do have a script available, so this is like a snippet available that allows you to embed this on any specific section. Now when I say specific section, you can actually revamp your FAQ section with this. You can add it to your support section or knowledge base, a wiki or a blog, wherever your users might need help. And the beauty of these slideshows is, okay, now every workflow you get a slideshow and will have a See Live button. So this See Live button is capable of bringing in interactivity to the same work. If you have embedded it onto your company's FAQ section and a user actually clicks on the See Live button, it would log him or her into her account, his or her account, and then will just start showing the instructions in real time. They start seeing the instructions alive again. And useful as well, because if it's a YouTube video or any other website, other distraction there, users go to watch a video and then necessarily don't really come back inside the application right away to perform actions. But Whatfix, what we are trying to do is, with the See Live button, we are trying to send users right where they should be performing these actions in real time. Okay, so that's the idea here. So that's about the slideshow. Coming back, let me show you another example, by the way, that I have. So we have Exotel as one of our customers, and they have actually embedded one of our slideshows on their support section. Okay, this is outside of Salesforce again. This is our customers page, which is Exotel, and if you notice, they have a lot of articles listed down here, like any other company would. And to answer one of the specific queries on how do I check Exotel settings and SMS settings, now they could have answered it in a verbose manner, adding text with maybe adding a video, but what they've done is, since Whatfix generates these automatic slideshows and Exotel is already using our solution for their onboarding purpose, they are using this visually appealing slideshow. Slide through the steps, see all the content in real time, or also allow you to click on See Live. Now clicking on See Live will just log you into your account if you are an Exotel customer, which we are, and then it would start showing you the instructions in real time. So this is how it shows up. So again, all of this interactivity actually makes it much more engaging, because now users are not really reading anything, but then they are just performing the tasks and instructions what they need to in real time. So that's about the slideshow option. Then let me come ahead and show you the article as well, article format that gets generated. Okay, now this is more like mini screenshots of the product, one below the other. And we do have options that allow you to adjust the size and width of it according to the page you want to embed this on. And it's like as easy as you just copy paste this and it's readily visible. And this has a See Live button as well. Okay, and more importantly, we do have a PDF as well. Okay, and PDF really is very important, because that can be, so that allows you to the same, like you see in the article format, can actually be shown as a PDF as well. So in the PDF format, basically it can be circulated within your organization if you have some documentation to share with your users, and all of that is pretty much possible. Okay, now what we also generate is an automatic video out of it. So let me show you how the video looks like. So I'm just trying to refresh the page here because it could reload it. So here you. So basically, I will make this full screen for you. Change the resolution as well. Okay. Great. So this is how the step details come in the center. Like you notice, the section to be clicked is mouse movement over it, so that it all looks like a very real video. But this is, as I said, more like a simulation generated with all the screencasts bound together and with the step details added over it. So if it's a multi-step process, it will keep on generating these multiple videos out of it. We do have different resolutions of the video available. This can be downloaded. So all of that is pretty much possible. So that's from the video aspect of it. Now, what I would also like to show you is, I would now like to take you within one of the applications where most of the companies tend to use this for onboarding purpose, and show you a little bit on how, along with the training and documentation piece that helps you, it can also help in the user onboarding part as well. Okay, so I'm right within Salesforce, and within Salesforce, essentially, or any web application for that matter. Okay, it might not be Salesforce. It can be any web application. When a user basically logs in, he or she is pretty clueless as to what to do next. Web sections that are available, they don't really want to read it. So it's a real hazard. So if you notice right here, what in the center of the screen, a pop-up comes up where it just says welcome to Salesforce, and we compile a set of tools that can help you get started. Now a lot of people might get confused with saying that, hey, this is all customized by Salesforce, but it's not. It's all powered by Whatfix. It's just built in a way that it actually matches the look and feel of the Salesforce application, and it can match the look and feel. So when you embed a bunch of queries here, your users have the option to go in and click on any one of it, and they start seeing some bubble tips in real time. So these balloon tips start guiding a user through the process, and these are like real-time workflows that are actually guiding a user step by step to perform an instruction or action. And that's all happening within the application with live data in real time. So these are no videos, these are no screenshots, but this is all live application performance happening, wherein Whatfix bubbles are running as an overlay. So if you notice, another form of customization could be that instead of directly popping up a box with multiple queries, you can directly launch a workflow as well. And this can be more like an explanation or an overview of the application, where users just go ahead and guiding me through the steps one after the other. Now, say for instance, this was more from a proactive help angle that you can provide to your users. What you could also do is, we do have sort of an on-demand help available as well. So on the right center, if you see, we have a widget showing up which says help with lead setup. So basically, clicking on it would just pop out and it has a bunch of queries embedded. Now all of these queries can pretty much be made contextual. So it can be segregated or segmented on the basis of different user roles, on the basis of different pages of the application, and various other parameters as well. And again, if a user actually is looking for some sort of help, can just go directly here, click on any one of this, and sees a few bubble tips coming up. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm quickly going to fill this form to basically show you that in no way Whatfix actually does not mess up with the actual application's performance. So what it does is I can simply keep following the steps one after the other, and this is the process we are talking about, wherein it's saying how to add a lead to Salesforce. So at the end of the workflow, it just pops up a box. You can customize on what exactly you want to suggest to your users, and after it, if you see, Salesforce actually created a lead as well. So Whatfix tips are only running as an overlay, and in no way they mess up with your actual application's performance. Okay. Now I will go to another specific tab, and this is all a part of one package that I'm showing you, wherein all these formats are generated automatically. Okay, and I'll sum it up for you once again, but just keep looking and I'm going to show you even more. So if you see on the right bottom, we have another representation of the widget available. So this is more like a custom component, and this custom component can be placed on any part of your application's page and can have a bunch of queries listed which are relevant to that tab itself. Okay, that's possible too. Now, most importantly, we have an onboarding task list. So this task list can work as a say module or a course guide, wherein you can have specific queries listed down for your users one below the other. And say for instance, any new user who logs into a particular web application has to go through a bunch of tasks. So you could have those tasks show up right here, wherein a user would just go in, click on one of it, and just start seeing a bunch of instructions popping up, start going ahead with the process, and when they complete it, basically it shows up a box that would ask them to, why don't they check some other courses from the course module, and when they go here, it actually shows them a check mark that it's actually trying to show the user their real performance. Much more, we link this to our analytics as well, so all of the data is available on how your, by the way, the data is being captured on your slideshows and articles as well. Slideshows you embed on it to your support section, the articles you use as well. All of the data on all of those guides performance is available. I would go to the and some sort of a beacon that's available with us. So in the center of the screen, you see something that's blinking in red. Right here can again be custom. It's like a custom component. You can change the color of it, and you can embed specific on it. Will just launch a specific workflow in real time. Okay, so that's a possibility available as well. So again, these are just a few features that engage your users better within the application as well as outside in terms of the training and documentation aspects as well. So I would quickly like to sum it up once again. So we spoke about how easy it is to create a workflow using the Whatfix editor, which is the plus symbol available for Google Chrome as well as Firefox. Moreover, once the workflow is created, you click on it, basically step-by-step instructions, tap, 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 and then publish. Once you publish, it generates multiple formats, or the slideshow, the article, PDF. All of them are available for you from a training and documentation perspective, because now you're not spending hours of efforts in actually writing about the product, because it's all pretty easy and visually appealing. Write visible right where it should be, and all of these are interactive as well, so they actually can log the user into their account and then start showing the instructions alive again. From an onboarding perspective, we have the on-demand widget, the task list that's available, okay, and we also have proactive, as I showed you when I logged into Salesforce. It started popping available as well, conditions too. So all of these together as a package actually can improve your user onboarding and engage your users much better. The embed part. Now we do have multilingual support available as well if these workflows are to be created in multiple languages for your application. Again, you don't have to worry about that because you one single language can be translated to multiple languages as well. And basically an important is that they do not require an internet connection always to work, because we have an export model available. You can actually be downloaded, okay, it can actually be exported out, and basically you can deploy it onto your own servers. And when I say deploy it onto your own servers, what it means is all the content is going to reside on your company servers, from where it can actually work without the internet connection as well. So that's the idea. So you don't really have to always depend on an internet connection if your product help or product guides are in place. Even if it's an offline page, only for the creation purpose you will require the internet connection, but later based off. So that's from the hosting perspective as well. If steps, customization of any other aspect in terms of the fonts and branding aspect, that's pretty much possible as well. So I think in a nutshell, I have covered most of the features from the product perspective. Okay, so now I would actually come back to the presentation that we were talking about and discuss a few more use cases on how companies tend to use our product. So one would be at the top that you see internal applications. So a lot of companies have larger deployments of third-party applications like Salesforce, Workday, Cornerstone, and a lot many other. And most of the times training is a major challenge, because when there are thousands of employees, it's not really easy to provide live training and keep creating content. And with rapid current scenario, most of the times the product documentation actually gets outdated. But with Whatfix, how it works is when the product UI changes as well, you would only make a minor change in the workflow with very simple clicks, as I showed you during creation, and it would auto update the different formats as well. So your slideshow, your article, your video, your PDF, all of those formats would automatically be updated once you update the workflow. Okay, so in the terms of the internal applications, these larger companies tend to use our product because they can accelerate the adoption of these tools, because now your users are not running back to the training team continually asking for the repetitive queries, but they have something within the application that can help them through, and all of the slideshows that they have on the help section are interactive as well, so that reduces your training efforts significantly. And the second use case would be external applications, wherein a lot of software vendors, SaaS applications use our product, where they have tons of users landing up on their website, but maybe the product is not very engaging, or they're not able to explain the product well, wherein what we use it through like an hand-holding process. So again, it reduces a lot of support queries as well, and it improves the sign-up to conversion ratios. So that's in terms of the use cases I have. Then we have a specific support model that's available, but that's the post-licensing model. Okay, and usually we do have a trial account wherein we closely work with your team to understand what are your pain points. We help you with creation of these workflows. Discuss. We do have detailed training available as well on all of these explained you, so that you are on top of the performance in terms of understanding our tool and what exactly you want to achieve with your organization's content as well. So we can help you revamp all of it. In terms of case studies, then we have specific case studies as well on how we've helped some of the companies. So, by the way, I'll quickly brief you here, and right after the call, I guess Isha can share this presentation with you guys as well, wherein you can have a quick look closely as well on how we've been helping some of the companies. So just to share a few examples, BMC Software is one of our esteemed customers, and BMC actually replaced all of their documentation with interactive help. So, and it's for their Remedy Force product. So Remedy Force is one of the largest apps on App Exchange. So now they are using our product not only for their training and documentation, but they also moved it for their onboarding purpose as well, because inside the application now they're trying to engage users better with the Whatfix walkthroughs as well. And that's just a testimonial we have from them. Now, Flipkart is one of our customers again, and then the customer support queries by more than 30%. So an e-commerce giant in India like Flipkart reducing their queries by 30% is a significant number, because with every new customer coming in, up goes the customer support costs. So these costs in no way help a growing company, and that's when Whatfix pitches in, helping you reduce it significantly. So 30% is a good number, and that's where we were able to help them. Then we have other companies like Avnet and Maxwell as well. Uh, sure, please pardon me guys, I'm just going to put this on mute for a second here. Looks like there is some background noise. Sure, no worries guys, looks it's fine now. So basically, anyway, I'm pretty much done with my presentation on how Whatfix as a terms of benefiting you documentation as well as efforts being spent in creation of these material, because it's all pretty easy with Whatfix and we are trying to transform it. So any other queries if you guys have, I'm on chat right now wherein you can just type in your queries and I would love to take them up, or you can also reach out to any of us at the email address sales@whatfix.com and have a quick look as well. So over to you, Manisha, and I'm ready to take up any questions on chat as well. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for taking out time to attend the webinar. Let us know if you have some questions. Whatfix team will answer those, or you can write to them. If you have some questions, you can ask. Someone is asking for a PDF format. Sachin, can you show a PDF format as well?
Yes. So Manisha, essentially the PDF format is available with us, but not right now. So maybe what we would be able to do is right after the call, we can send or Sachin would be able to send you a sample of how that looks like, and we can send it to Raj directly. Thank you for your question, Raj, and we'll be able to send it to you directly or to everyone, just for a sample. Actually enabled, and essentially that's not enabled for my account currently.
We have another question. How easily can we integrate the Whatfix with HTML5 GUI? Hemant has asked this question. Sachin, if you can answer that.
Sure. Thanks for your question, Hemant. So essentially with Whatfix, all of this that you see can actually pretty seamlessly work on HTML5 or any Java-based pages. So it's all pretty easy that you see all the HTML elements get automatically detected while your integration perspective to the console that we were talking about. But all of that does not need to go into your application's code. It's just one line at the bottom right here that you see, which I'm trying to highlight from the integration. Okay, we do have more questions showing up. Just trying.
Couple of more questions by Atinder Sodhi and Vinay Kumar.
Hi Atinder. Yeah, great question. Definitely, what you're saying makes sense. So the image capturing definitely might be similar to Captivate. I would agree with you, but then the of our patent, none of the other solutions will provide you the same. That from the slideshow, the See Live button can actually take you application and will ask you a few bubble tips to perform certain actions, because that's where a user should be performing these actions to do. And the multiple formats, along with it, you get generated a video as well. So Captivate might be similar yet very different because of the walkthrough angle that we have, so we can help with the onboarding as well. Now I would take up Vinay's question. Vinay has a question where he says, can we create a video with the audio background? Well, that's a feature, that's still in the pipeline of features to be introduced in the future, Vinay. Currently, we do not have it, but what we allow you is you can set up a YouTube channel for your organization, or we also allow you a Vimeo or a Wistia channel, where if you set that up, every video that gets created with the workflow will actually be pushed there, and then you can download them or even use the YouTube editor directly to add in an audio on the same. But yeah, within Whatfix directly, the audio edition is not possible currently.
One. We have.
Yeah, I see a few more questions showing up. So first I would like to take up Ajit's question. Ajit, thanks for your question. And his question would be, what if a user gets disconnected in the middle of the flow? Can we start from the same step? So to answer within Salesforce here, what it does is, say for instance, I am on a specific workflow, and for some reason the workflow goes away. Okay, so one way to do it is, and I'll show you live. Okay, now say for instance I am at this, and say the workflow goes away for some reason. So I have an option to basically go to the widget again, okay, and directly click make searches as well. So say for instance I close this and just exit out of it. I can go to the widget again and make a search for the specific workflow I was looking for. It would actually show up something. Okay, and then I can click on that specific flow again to basically restart it. Or another way could be that if you have set up specific instructions, so if you notice I clicked on the cross button, okay, and let me show you that again. So at the right top of the tip, we have a cross button available that allows you to exit out of the tip at any point in time. And the reason for this is, a lot of times what happens is when users actually get used to these workflows, they might not want. So when this shows up and when they realize that, hey, they already remembered the instructions, they can simply exit out of this by clicking on the cross button. So that's the idea currently. Once an idea for the pricing. So for the pricing discussion, we do have different models available in terms of, a per walkthrough model as well, wherein we will charge you on the number of flows or the number of walkthroughs you might need in your account. Wherein we charge you on the plays that all your walkthroughs get, so which is more in terms of which is more in terms of the number of times your walkthroughs will get clicks on there. So essentially, Sachin would be the right person to discuss this, and you can actually drop an individual email. I would request you to do the same. You can drop an email to sales@Whatfix, and Sachin would actually respond to you in person on what might be the best. Sure, guys, another minute here. So essentially, I was able to get hold of the PDF format as well. So I've logged into my another account, and I'll actually show you live. Okay. So from the account, basically, you would have a button which would be for the PDF, which will allow you to export to PDF. And when you click on this option, so this is how the PDF would look like. Okay, so the step details would actually show up, and the section to be clicked would be highlighted. The step details will come in the center. And please don't bother about the color here. It can all be customized and changed according to the look and feel of your application. It's just for test, I had created the same. So this is how the PDF would actually look like. And removed as well. If you have a question regarding the same, it definitely can be removed with our white label solution. So I'm ready to take up any more questions that you guys may have.
So you can say you can write those. So we'll enjoy.
Hi Vinay, thanks for your question. So we definitely have a trial version available. So sorry, Vinay's question is, can we have a trial version to use and work on our product? Definitely. You can write to us on sales@Whatfix, and essentially we can set up a trial account for you, and we can discuss your requirements and assist you accordingly as well. That's definitely available with us.
So, um, these were the only questions that we had. Thanks everyone. Thank you so much, Whatfix team, for providing this session. It was a wonderful session. The product is very innovative and very easy, and will definitely benefit all the writers. So I hope everyone will take advantage of this tool and um,
Sure. Thanks a lot, Manisha, for taking our time and facilitating this for us. We really appreciate you taking the time for doing this. And thanks everyone as well.
Thanks, Manisha. Thanks for organizing this webinar. And thanks
thank
everybody for joining in.
And thanks to TechnoRights as well for sponsoring this webinar.
Sure.
I
Thanks a
look
lot to
forward to everyone in the future webinars as well.
Sure, we can look forward to more webinars like this.
So once again, thanks guys, and then any queries, feel free to reach out to us on sales@Whatfix. Goodbye from Whatfix team. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you everyone. So I'm ending